You can choose to be active or passive in times of crisis. Being proactive gives you a sense of control over your circumstances. If you're like the average person, you react before thinking, which means your degree of awareness is rather low. You could be caught off guard by random acts of violence if you aren't paying attention to your surroundings. Thousands of individuals have fallen prey to theft, robbery, and murder just because they failed to pay attention to their immediate environment. If you're not looking for it, you won't see it coming. This is the prepper mantra. Be wary of anything that doesn't seem right. One way to improve one's awareness is to keep an eye out for anything that seems odd or out of place. Crime rates tend to increase dramatically during times of crisis. Criminals look for the most vulnerable members of society even in times of relative calm. Someone will be affected, but hopefully not you. Do call the police if you observe the same stranger strolling down your neighborhood many times and you have never seen him before. He is not a landscaper, as some have speculated. Something is not right, and you must take corrective action. It's possible that he's scouting out your home in preparation for a break-in that night. One should always err on the side of caution. Danger management. People often don't usually commit violence. Most people avoid conflict because they worry about inflicting or receiving bodily harm. There are, however, those who take pleasure in causing harm on others. They might be emotionally unstable or mentally ill. Avoiding conflict by a passive approach like Mahatma Gandhi decreases the risk of being a victim. Even while it's tempting to get into a fistfight with someone who cuts you off on the road, that's not the best course of action. Avoid panicking. Do not try to sort them out if a bunch of young people are making fun of you while you're out in public. Don't dwell on it. The first tenet of survival is to leave a harmful setting as soon as possible. If you're riding the bus late into the evening and a suspicious-looking stranger boards, keep your eyes on them but avoid making eye contact. Don't get too wrapped up in reading a magazine or staring at your phone. They could surprise you with an attack at any moment. This sort of thing has occurred before and will happen again. Walk with confidence. Criminals can be deterred simply by giving the impression of strength and resolve. When a person walks tall and surveys their environment, they project an image of authority. Because they don't look like a simple mark, criminals will avoid them. The person who timidly opens their car door while balancing a cup of coffee on their shoulder and trying to talk on their phone while holding it up to their ear has mugging victim stamped all over them. Be bold. Even if you're scared to death inside, you need to project an image of confidence and alertness. What you put out there is important. Educate your kids well. It's important to instill in kids a healthy distrust of strangers. If a person calls on the phone purporting to conduct a survey and the child answers, the child shouldn't tell the stranger if there is no one home. Or they could say that their dad is doing the laundry and they can't come to the phone. This person could be setting up a robbery at your home. Meeting strangers online has risks too, and your children should be monitored. Carefully consider as to who they're talking to online. Don't put all your trust in others. Finally, you should never put too much trust in anyone. The adage that no good act goes unpunished is absolutely true. If you stop to help the person whose car broke down on the side of the road, he could have a group of people waiting to carjack you as soon as you get out. Having a few neighbors laugh at your worry might be worth it if you informed them you're stockpiling food in case of an emergency. The problem arises, however, when there is a food scarcity in the region and people start looking for someone to rob or whose home they may raid. Sure enough, you're the one. Watch what you say in public. The repercussions may be quite serious. To sum up, keep in mind that being alert and watchful is of the utmost importance during times of crisis. If you maintain vigilance, you will be in a better position to notice discrepancies. You should trust your intuition. If you heed their advice, you shouldn't be harmed. If you want to support me or this channel, you can subscribe and rate. Links to my books about off-grid living and off-grid solar are in the description. As always, remember to leave it the way you found it, and try not to fall into any abandoned mines out there.